Welcome to Spooky Talk. So, have you guys ever seen or heard of this night? I believe it was like a 1972 movie called The Legend of Boggy Creek. So, The Legend of Boggy Creek is based upon purported real life story. So the story goes is starting from like the 1900s on up until today, there has been a sighting and purported interactions with a cryptoid similar to Sasquatch in the Pacific Northwest, called the Legend of Boggy Creek. But he's also known as the Folk Monster. The Folk Monster is a legend that happens in the South, particularly like Arkansas, Louisiana, kind of like the swamps that you see in here. And that's when purported this cryptoid that is like Sasquatch has been seen. Now, I come into this story because I grew up in southern Louisiana and Texas. So there's a particular story in this movie where a truck driver sees this cryptoid that he describes as 7 to 8 feet, hairy, glowing red eyes. He encounters this along the back roads of Arkansas. This truck driver happens to be my great uncle. My great uncle was a truck driver from God knows how when, helped build the Atchafalaya Basin with my great grandfather. But he purported, and he often told the story of how sometime in the 60s, he's driving along this kind of not well lit road in southern Arkansas when he sees off in the distance what he thought was a extremely large man. As he gets up closer to this, he sees that this is not a man at all. This is something that he had a hard time understanding what was happening. He was between like 7 and 8 feet tall, hairy, glowing red eyes. Now, he said that whenever he got closer to it, this thing just took off at superhuman speeds. Now, I could tell when he was telling me the story as a child, because he's no longer living, that he would like go elsewhere. He would just kind of explain this with such emotion that his mind was still trying to comprehend what he saw 20, 30 something years. Now, the folk monster, the Legend of Boggy Creek, there's still reported sightings today. But this is something that he was not friendly to human beings, like we normally see or hear about with Sasquatch in the Pacific Northwest. He allegedly attacked a family while they were in their home, terrorized them while they're in their home, like rattling, the doors, the windows, throwing things at the house. For some reason, he was mad. But most stories are purported interactions with the folk monster happen to be like just this monster kind of like roaming around the woods. People are having a hard time comprehending what they're seeing, and he just takes off. But he is another version of a cryptoid. Check out this 1972 documentary. It's filmed in the documentary style, The Legend of Boggy Creek, and you will see my great uncle's story in there. And then there's also sequels that are kind of like fictionized, because this happened to be a mega hit in the 70s. So for more paranormal, creepy, ooky, spooky things, click like and follow. I will continue with my normal content as a tarot reader, psychic medium. So if you've had a story like this where you can't comprehend something that you saw, that you felt, comment your story in the below. I will research it. I will tap into it as a psychic medium and share it with the world.